Courts across the nation utilize the United States Sentencing Guidelines and the federal sentencing statute 18 U.S.C. Section 3553A to uniformly impose reasonable sentences. The case of United States v. Crawford was appealed in the midst of the United States Supreme Court deciding a number of influential sentencing cases and navigated these new holdings. Antonio Crawford was convicted by a jury on 2 counts of distribution of heroin and distribution of crack cocaine in violation of federal law. Crawford was sentenced to 210 months in prison, as well as 6 years of supervised release, a fine, and a special penalty assessment. The district court determined his sentence based on his status as a career offender, the level of his offense, and a reduction for acceptance of responsibility. Crawford appealed. The Ninth Circuit affirmed Crawford's conviction. Before the mandate could be issued, the United States Supreme Court decided Blakely v. Washington. Blakely held that when dealing with mandatory state sentencing guidelines, a defendant's Sixth Amendment right to a jury trial would be violated if the judge enhanced a criminal sentence based on facts other than what the jury decided or the defendant admitted. Crawford moved to get the mandate recalled in light of Blakely. While Crawford's motion was pending, the Supreme Court decided United States v. Booker. Under Booker, the United States sentencing guidelines were considered advisory instead of mandatory, and appellate courts were instructed to review sentences for reasonableness. Following Booker, the Ninth Circuit vacated Crawford's sentence and remanded the case for resentencing. Crawford and the United States briefed the sentencing issues again, and the district court held a sentencing hearing. Crawford received the same sentence of 210 months. Crawford appealed. Crawford's case was deferred along with many other cases pending the resolution of the Ninth Circuit case United States v. Carty. However, Carty was also deferred until the Supreme Court decided multiple sentencing cases, including Rita v. United States. Rita held that appellate courts could presume the reasonableness of sentences within the sentencing guidelines. Once Carty and Rita were resolved, the court reviewed Crawford's appeal.